Welcome to Streetport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown spoilers, main event spoilers, and also birthdays. Speaking of birthdays, happy birthday goes to Jacqueline. Her birthday, January 6th, 1966. She was born. Also, Ludwig Borga. On the 8th, Bushwhacker Luke. January 8th, 1947. January 8th, Chris Masters. January 5th, Pamela Paulshot. 1979, she was born. Also, Conan. January 7th, C.W. Anderson. Jim Namville Neidhart on January 8th. And to round out this week, Todd Grisham on January 9th. He was born in 1976. Danville was born in 1956. What happened after Raw ended? Thanks to Demon Peruso and PW.net. Looked like John Cena and Roman Reigns were about to brawl, but then the League of Nations minus Wade Barrett came out. Cena and Reigns took them all down. The first look at Batista's character in the Warriors Gate movie. I'll show you a picture back there for you. As Batista noted in his comments that the movie is about a boy who gets pulled into a computer game. He also said that it's a lot of fun filming with the great director, Matthias Hohn. The movie comes out later this year. It also stars Uriah Shelton, Dakota Dalby, Sienna Gilroy, and Ron Smorenborg. And look at that picture there. Jericho will discuss his WWE return and talk to William Shatner on Wednesday's episode of Talkers Jericho podcast. Friday's show will feature NXT coach Robbie Brookside. Hollywood Reporter reports that The Rock and his $7 promotion company is developing a car-focused police show for Fox called Boost Unit. Rock noted on Twitter that he's had a lot of badass fun doing the Fast and Furious movies, and that this show will capture some of the same intense and entertaining action based on real life people who make up one of the most badass and underground street units of the LAPD. The show, which follows a new controversial recruit of the LAPD's auto theft task force, is described as Fast and the Furious meets Rescue Me. A release noted that the project captures Rock's trademark edge and humor, as well as the turbocharged speed of the Fast franchise. If the project goes to pilot, there's potential for Rock to make a cameo appearance. The Miz recently appeared as a guest on Allegedly with Theo Vaughn and Matthew Cole Weiss, and spoke about the life of a modern WWE superstar. Here are the highlights from the interview. On the road schedule in WWE, it's nonstop, all day, every day. I mean, I leave probably LA on a Friday, like about 6 a.m. usually on a flight. Get in around 2 p.m. I'll go work out wherever it could be, like Omaha. You basically find a Gold's Gym or LA Fitness or whatever gym you can find. Go in there, work out, and get a meal on the local Outback Steakhouse or Texas Roadhouse. And then you go to your show. After the show, you either go to the hotel or you drive on to the next city, which is usually about 3 hours away. And usually you drive with whatever superstars you want to drive with, whoever you are friends with. One who travels with me in WWE and learning to be humble and being willing to travel with anyone. I usually drive with Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder. They're fun guys. And Dolph has been trying to do some comedy. He's so funny. He's so quick-witted. So it's definitely something I think he'll be really good at. The Miz continued, I'll ride with whoever. If a guy needs a ride, I'll give him a ride. I had so much stuff when I was first coming into WWE that I was like, all right, I will never be this, never be that. I always try to be nice to everyone. You kind of learn your lesson. Back in the day, I was from MTV's The Real World, and when you're from the real world, you're not supposed to have any talent. You're not supposed to be able to do anything. You're really You're a reality star. You're nothing. You're a nobody. So you have to kind of walk over into WWE where it's almost like that fraternity. Not just with the superstars, but with the audience as well. So it was kind of one of those things where I had to elevate myself, improve myself day in and day out. And I'm still proving myself to this day. On his WWE career being the hardest thing he's ever done. Much more so than acting. WWE is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It's not only acting, it's not only athleticism, but it's traveling, nonstop, eating right, working out, basically a theater. It's a big theater, and you get to get an instant gratification. You know, if they're booing you or cheering you in a movie, you get a bunch of different takes. You only get one take of WWE, unless you're doing a taping. Such as SmackDown, when they had to do, back when Jericho was here in Shreveport, or actually Bossier City, doing his thing. He had to do 4 takes on his on-stage speech. And back to The Miz. On having a much more strict drug testing policy than professional sports, we are tested more than an NFL player, Major League Baseball player, or the NBA. I mean, we are tested nonstop, all day, every day. We're not allowed to have Sudafed. If you have Sudafed, you're out 30 days. So it's legit. The stuff you maybe got away with back in the day, you don't get away with now. And kudos to WWE because they took an interest in our health. We get tested. Our hearts get tested. We get tested every 6 months. We get blood tested. We get our heart monitored, and it's great. Comments on ring rats. Back in the day, like in the 80s, I think there was, like, people would be at hotels, like every hotel, no matter what, wherever. The only time that the people are at hotels full-fledged of hundreds of people is in, like, Europe. I never really noticed it, I guess you could say. John Cena announced on Twitter on Wednesday night that he will be undergoing shoulder surgery Thursday in Birmingham, Alabama. PW Insider reported that Cena is suffering from a torn rotator cuff and is expected to miss WrestleMania 32. At one point, Cena had been scheduled to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 32. This will be the first WrestleMania since joining WWE that Cena has missed in his entire wrestling career. As noted, his last match came on December 30th, the WWE Live event against U.S. champion Alberto Del Rio. He did not appear on Raw, but did appear on SmackDown tapings, but he did not wrestle. That's why they did that. The comments is at John Cena. Rather upside down start to 2016 as tomorrow I will head to Birmingham for shoulder surgery. Life's full of setbacks, but hashtag never give up. AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Shinsuke Nakamura informed NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, officials at Wrestle Kingdom 10 event that they have been approached by WWE and are leaving the promotion. While the 4 men have not signed WWE contracts as of yet, they are expected to do so once the commitments to their promotions are completed. Dave Meltzer reported at today's installment of Wrestling Observer Radio that Styles and Nakamura will most likely not head to the NXT, instead be brought up to the main roster right away. That's a possibility they will work a couple of NXT matches, but nothing long-term at all. WWE posted an article about rumors of AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Shinsuke Nakamura joining WWE, and they also posted a tweet regarding AJ Styles along with hashtag Bullet Club regarding Styles wrestling a tryout match 14 years ago in WWE. And here's that link for that. As at WWE remembered when at AJ Styles Org made his at WWE debut 14 years ago. Hashtag Jacked, hashtag Bullet Club. And go to that link there. Reports have been circulating late Sunday night that all 4 have been reportedly given their notice to New Japan management, fueling the rumors that AJ Styles, Nakamura, Anderson, and Gallows were WWE bound was a series of tweets involving reigning NXT champion Finn Balor. For those who don't know, Finn Balor was part of the Bullet Club when he was in New Japan, and Doc Gallows was formerly of WWE anyways. Luke Gallows. Festus. That's my imitation of Festus. Until recently, Styles, Gallows, and Anderson were all part of New Japan's Bullet Club faction, a stable formerly led by Balor when he wrestled in Japan under the alias Prince Devitt. For months, Balor made it clear that he is still tight with the Bullet Club members, even tweeting photos of them wearing his Balor Club t-shirts. On Monday, Balor stirred the pot again, tweeting an image of Anderson sporting trunks that bore Finn's demon design. Additionally, the official Twitter account for the Bullet Club tweeted the NXT champion Monday, telling him to keep more Balor Club shirts on hand in case they need them. But recently, the tweet has been deleted. PW Insider reports that Connor is out with a jaw injury. The belief that he suffered some sort of dislocation. As of this writing, there is no indication on when he will be returning to action. Well, he's a member of the Ascension Tag Team, if you didn't know. And you don't have to call somebody, because I just told you. The Edmonton Sun has an article with Cameron giving fitness and dieting tips. It was noted that Cameron is currently training part-time in NXT after taking some time off to work on myself, as she said in the recent months. She commented on her WWE status. There's still a lot of things that I would like to accomplish in WWE. I didn't like where I was at the time. I wasn't happy. I wanted to have a storyline. I wanted to get better. And sometimes you have to take a few steps backwards in order to move a few steps forward. So that's what I have decided to do. I'm doing that in hopes of coming back bigger and stronger than ever. As seen on this past Monday's Raw, Chris Jericho returned to WWE and announced himself for the 30-man Royal Rumble main event. Jericho posted the following on his return. Rudy Tooty Booty. Had a blast last night. Fooled you all again. That's a great crowd in San Antonio, and look out. At WWE Universe, it's going to be a wild ride. Hashtag Trap Queens. Hashtag Y2J forever. As he's also signed on for live events. Eden Styles noted on Twitter that she filmed a new episode of her Eden Style YouTube show with Zack Ryder this week. Noted former WWE star Mason Ryan revealed on Twitter that he's now working for Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas. WWE congratulated him with this note on their website. Former WWE superstar Mason Ryan revealed on Twitter that he has an incredible new job. The Welsh-born competitor also announced that he has joined Cirque du Soleil KA as a chief archer. The performances can be seen at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Join the rest of the WWE Universe and congratulated Ryan on his new endeavor. After a few weeks off, Adam Rose indicated that his Rosebush Gossip style segment will return on Raw. As he tweeted the following at WWE Adam Rose, you can't keep a rose in the dirt. The bright lights want it all to bloom. Hashtag Rosebush, hashtag Raw. Former WWE star Funaki was backstage at Raw last night in San Antonio, as he lives in the area. Here's a picture with JBL and also Natalya. At JC Layfield says Mr. Fu and I backstage at WWE Raw in Alamo City. At Show Fu 824. You can add him to your friends list. At Natty by Nature says, my little ray of sunshine in San Antonio. At Show Fufu 824. Also show the pic. Dark match before main event tapings. From Laredo, Texas, saw Fandango defeat Victor of the Ascension with a backslide. Probably why The tag team wasn't together at wrestling. Now for the spoilers. From Laredo, Texas, this week's main event television show, which airs on Hulu and internationally, results courtesy of WrestlingInc.com. Titus O'Neil defeated Stardust. Tyler Breeze defeated Zack Ryder. Uso Brothers went over Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Thanks to Tano Rodriguez for a little bit more detailed. Not much. For main event spoilers, Titus O'Neil defeated Stardust. Tyler Breeze defeated Zack Ryder. And the Usos defeated Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel with a roll-up. SmackDown. Spoilers. Thanks to the courtesy of Wrestling Inc. Broadcast team. New member, Mauro Ranallo, Jerry the King Lawler, and Byron Saxton. John Cena opened the show and challenged Alberto Del Rio to a title match, which was rejected. Kalisto instead defeated Alberto Del Rio in a non-title match. The Miz hosted Miz TV, and the segment included appearances by New Day, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, and Neville. Dolph Ziggler, Goldust, R-Truth, and Neville defeated New Day and the Miz in action. Charlotte defeated Becky Lynch to retain the Divas Championship. Dean Ambrose fought Kevin Owens to a double countout in a Continental title match. And that was your main event for the SmackDown. Second results, thanks to Tano Rodriguez from the SmackDown spoilers. Airing the first time in many years on SmackDown on the USA Network. Mauro Ranallo and Byron Saxton make their way down to join Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. John Cena kicked off SmackDown and comes out to a big pop. Cena cut a promo and wants his rematch against U.S. champion Alberto Del Rio because of how their recent Raw match ended. Del Rio refused Cena's request and taunted him, which set up the next match. Kalisto defeating Alberto Del Rio in a great non-title match. Miz was out for his Miz TV, but was interrupted by a tag team champion, New Day. They talked about Chris Jericho, but were interrupted by Dolph Ziggler. Then Goldust, R-Truth, and Neville also came out, and that led to a match. Dolph Ziggler, Goldust, R-Truth, and Neville defeated the New Day and the Miz. Ziggler was the last man standing after the match. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte with Ric Flair was out next. Charlotte retained after an assist from Flair. That's from Rick, actually. Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title ended up in a double countout as they brawled around ringside and continued to brawl backstage. Third report, thanks to Matt Boone, says Mauro Ranallo, the new voice of SmackDown, heads to the ringside to join Jerry the King Lawler and Byron Saxton at the announce table. That's a little bit different from the other one, where they were both out together. Going down the ringside to join Jerry the King Lawler. For the show itself, John Cena's music hit, and out he comes to kick off first episode of SmackDown on the USA Network for 2016. He challenges Alberto Del Rio to give him another shot at the WWE US Championship because of how their match ended on Raw and his Raw comeback 2 weeks ago. And Del Rio refused and taunted Cena, which sets up the next match. Kalisto defeating Alberto Del Rio in a non-title match. That was apparently an excellent first match of the evening for the live crowd. Miz TV was up next. Miz was interrupted by the New Day, who come out talking about Chris Jericho, only to get interrupted themselves by Dolph Ziggler. Before it was all said and done, Goldust, R-Truth, and Neville also came out, which led to a big multi-person match. Dolph Ziggler, Goldust, and R-Truth and Neville defeated New Day to Miz an eight-man tag action. Charlotte defeated Becky Lynch in Divas action with an assist from Ric Flair at the end of the match. Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens fought to a double countout in the main event of the evening. This was advertised as the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. In the end, Ambrose and Owens kept brawling to the back. What happened after SmackDown tapings? Thanks to Wrestling Inc. reported that the cage above the ring at SmackDown taping was used for the dark match main event, pitting Dean Ambrose, Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, and Ryback against the Wyatt family. The match began after the Wyatts came out and attacked Ambrose, during which the cage dropped. The rest of the faces came down to the ring to help and a match commenced. Ambrose showed Ziggler, and Ryback won after Ambrose pinned Eric Rowan. Thanks for viewing my results and spoilers. Peace out. God bless. See where I'm going to be at. If you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters. Brother.